Greenwich Care Home got a much-anticipated visit today.
All right, you ready?
This small assisted living center in rural West Virginia isn't getting its first dose. This is the second.
You're done.
In fact, the state says by the end of the week, every long-term care facility will have had 2 vaccine rounds. There are states in this country that aren't even close to getting their first doses. What does it feel like to have West Virginia basically blow everybody away?
Feels great. West Virginia has a long history of bucking people. So, and that's pretty much what occurred.
The state decided early on not to join a federal program that partnered with chains CVS and Walgreens to vaccinate long-term care clinics, instead relying on a network of local pharmacists like Tally and Ken Reed, a husband-wife team who own 5 drugstores.
They seem to trust us quite a bit.
Together, they've been driving early mornings and late nights to small rural towns. At home, the kitchen table piled high with paperwork.
There's nothing like being able to help your neighbor, and that's why we went in the profession to begin with.
A mostly rural state with a large elderly population, West Virginia was tagged early on as a place that might struggle with vaccinations. But now it is being held up as a shining example of what works. The CDC says the state has used 81% of its vaccine allotment, the highest in the country, while 11 states have used less than half.
We knew we had to become agile. We had to learn as we go, because in these dynamic events, it's really impossible to predict what's going to happen next.
Clay Marsh is West Virginia's COVID czar, a critical care doctor tapped early on to lead the effort.
You said you have to be agile to face this crisis, but it also sounds like, from what you're telling me, you've got to be creative.
Of course. We've created a West Virginia N95 equivalent mask. We have brought up our own PCR testing, our own antibody testing. So we are a scrappy state that's resilient.
They also knew when to ask for help, tapping the National Guard for logistics support and reaching out to a private company to help design a new registration website.
How exciting is it for you to be talking about this success story from your state?
I'm really proud, but I'm not surprised. Our finest hour is shining because when it comes to an opportunity to come together, to help each other, to lift each other, that's what West Virginia does best.
Stephanie, how is West Virginia doing on the actual supply of vaccines?
Like so many states, Lester, they would love to get more. They receive about 24,000 doses a week, and they have the capacity to administer 4 times that.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.